Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet the Cosmos coaster. Now cosmos are a very beautiful, delicate kind of flower. They come in all sorts of colors. You've got your pinks and your purples and your light blues, all the way to oranges and reds. And then of course you've got the hybrids. I absolutely love these cute little flower coasters. I've made one in all different colors for my set, but you of course can make them all in the same color, or like I've done, have just a rainbow of cosmos flower colors. I am using a 5.5mm crochet hook for this project and just some 4-weight acrylic yarn. Now this project is super easy. You just need a little bit of the center color, which I've used this light yellow. And for this tutorial, I am going to use a darker pink color to round out my set. I absolutely love these coasters because as you put your cup on there, the petals sort of curl up around it as if it's sort of holding it, and it just makes for such a sweet little added something as you're sitting out on your patio or on the deck or even inside. They make great gifts too, so if you're planning on giving somebody something but you don't know what, or maybe you have some glasses picked out, these little coasters are the perfect accent for something like that. I will put the pattern notes and the size of my little Cosmos coasters in the description box down below if you want to check that out. You'll also need some scissors and a yarn needle, of course, to weave in your ends. But again, this is a really simple, fun, quick project, and you get this really cute coaster. Now these can also be used as an applique. They would be great to string up into a garland as well. To start, we're going to make a magic ring. If you are uncomfortable making the magic ring, you can chain 4 and slip stitch to the first to create that ring. I'm going to go ahead and chain 1 to lock that ring in place, and we're going to work 8 double crochets into that ring. Once you have your 8 double crochets into that ring, just pull that end, kind of close it up, and you're going to want to slip stitch into that first double crochet, that first stitch, to join. For round 2, we're going to chain 1 and work a single crochet right back into that same spot where we chained out of, and 2 single crochets into every stitch around, so you should have 16 total stitches at the end of this round. That chain 1 will count as a stitch. When you get around, you'll notice that you've got this stitch here. That is sort of like a false stitch. We're going to skip right over it, and we're going to slip stitch into that chain 1 that we did to start this round. Now it's going to be a little bit tight, so just be aware of that, and you want to try to get through both of the loops on that stitch. And you just slip stitch to join. You can fasten off at this point and we will start our petal color. To start the petals, you're going to want to put a slip knot on your hook, and we're going to join that new color into any stitch around. So I like to just work into the stitch that is directly to the left of where I fastened off. So I'm just going to work a slip stitch right into that next stitch. And now I'm going to chain 7. Once you have 7 chains, you're going to work back down the chain, working a single crochet into each stitch. So just work right back down that chain, putting a single crochet into every chain all the way back down. And don't forget that last one right on at the bottom there, so you should work 6 single crochets all the way back down. You're going to slip stitch into the next stitch and work a single crochet into the next. Now we're going to work another beginning of our petals, so chain 7, and do the same thing, 1 single crochet into the next 6 stitches back down your chain, we're going to slip stitch into the next and single crochet into the next and start another petal. So you're just going to work this pattern all the way around. You should have 8 petals when you get back around. Now once you have worked all the way around and you've got your 8 petals, you now need to slip stitch to the next. You can see where my join is from the center, so I'm just going to go into that next stitch to join, kind of skipping over that yellow join, and just put a slip stitch into that next stitch where you came out of with that color. So you can see now we've got something that looks like a funky little sun. To make the petal, so this is the second round of your petal, you want to work up and around these little spines of our petals. So you can see that there is a space right here. It's a stitch, but it's hidden. So don't work too far up because you need all of these stitches along this spine. You want to go into that first one way down here, and you're going to work a single crochet into the next. So this one right here, we're going to work a half double crochet into the next 2 stitches. We're going to work a double crochet. So find that next stitch, work a double crochet into the next stitch, into this next stitch we want a half double crochet, and now we're at the top. So you can see there's a space right here, should be your last little stitch, and what we want to do is put 2 single crochets into that stitch. Going to chain 2, and right back in that same top stitch I'm going to work 2 single crochets, and that gets us around the corner and gives us a little point at the top of our petal. We're going to do the same thing on the way back down, so I'm going to work a half double crochet into the next. We want a double crochet into the next. We want a double crochet into the next stitch. We want a half double crochet, and into that last stitch a single crochet. And there's your first petal. Down here you want to just slip stitch in between those stitches, in between the petals, and that will attach your petal to the center. And we're going to work this same pattern all the way around. So the trickiest part of this pattern is really finding that first stitch. You don't want to work into this space in between your petal and your center. You want to find that first actual stitch and work a single crochet, the next stitch is a half double crochet. You want a double crochet in the next 2 stitches. 1 double crochet, double crochet into the next. We're getting closer to the top, so we need to put our half double crochet in the next stitch. And now we're at the top. I'm going to work my 2 single crochets, and sometimes that stitch is hard to find. If you put your hook in, and you can kind of see that space. So 2 single crochets into the same space, chain 2, and work 2 more single crochets right back into that same space, that same stitch. Now we can work back down, half double crochet into the next, a double crochet into the next, double crochet into the next, half double crochet into the next, and a single crochet into that last stitch, and slip stitch in between the petals. Sometimes those stitches are hard to get into, but just try to work a slip stitch in between the petals. All you're doing is just joining the petals to that center. So you're going to keep working that pattern around each of these petal spines, and then when we get back to this point, we will be finished with our little Cosmos coasters. I'm coming down the last petal, and I'm just going to slip stitch right into that space here. So that stitch there, just to get this petal over next to its little mate over here. My tail's out of the way, and just slip stitch. And you can fasten off at this point, weave in your ends, and you've got a nice crochet Cosmos coaster. I've got all of my ends woven in, and just look how cute and sweet and simple this flower is. And like I said, they can be used for multiple things. You can string them up into a garland, they can be used as appliques, but I really love them as coasters. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on crocheting the Cosmos coasters. Please be sure to give me a like, thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on all of my upcoming tutorials and other yarn content. Thanks for watching, everyone. Until next time, happy crocheting. Bye.